The origin of Labor Day dates back to the 19th century. Workers worldwide started demanding better working conditions, shorter working hours, and fair wages. This day is celebrated every 1st of May worldwide, Uganda inclusive, although most of its purpose is not reflected in Ugandan labor force. According to a section of legislators, the celebrations do not make sense for a country without a minimum wage bill, which would have protected workers from exploitation, and that is why Ugandans keep flocking the Middle East for jobs.
Why would our people run away from Uganda to go to the Middle East to be employed in even despisable jobs if there were conditions of favoring workers here? Government is not doing enough. Without a law that regulates minimum wage, under which a worker should not be paid. Our workers are tortured, our workers, we need a lot more than celebrating. Government should not every other day come to celebrate workers, International Labour Day, without anything tangible to the ordinary worker.
Today, we don't have jobs in Uganda. That is why we have licensed many companies which are taking young people to the Arab country to do work. That should not be the case. People should be contented working here. Unfortunately, when our people establish businesses, what the URA cares is about taxing them. And they tax them so much that they destroy all the businesses and they kill them off. People who have the zeal to give employment to hundreds of people, even tens of people, end up not being able to make their businesses stand because of the high taxes that this government. So it destroys business and it destroys the enthusiasm of entrepreneurs to start business to employ other people.
According to Honorable Byakatonda Abdul, a workers' MP, Uganda used to be at the same level of development with countries like South Korea, Taiwan, and Malaysia, among others, during the 1990s, but all these countries have surpassed it simply because they strategically used their workforce to develop themselves, something which Uganda has still failed to adopt.
So this economy needs to grow. For example, when we talk of economies that were at the same level of independence, like Uganda, you talk of South Korea, Taiwan, Malaysia, and others. These economies had slowed down in 1997, but they strategically thought through the worker force, refined the workplace, profiled the competencies, and they started to actually on even textiles. And at the end of the day, they're now actually ahead of us in terms of economics. So these issues must be handled properly.
Legislators say government has passed several laws to protect workers, but lack of implementation has rendered all of them powerless, and it has contributed to exploitation of Ugandan labor force.
Sexual harassment is concerned. That's where we have a challenge, and we are trying to improve. So the problem now is implementation. If we implement the laws we have, we shall be in a better position to protect our workers in Uganda. Except these people in charge, the police, the courts of law, and even the employers, they have to come up and try to implement the laws which are available at the moment.
We can't say we have a platform that helps workers where the labor dispute courts cannot expedite justice to workers if they have disputes with the employers. We have looked at employers going to labor officers at the districts or divisions and municipalities. These labor officers toss workers who have disputes with the employers. A worker who has been unlawfully terminated or dismissed or without his benefits given cannot complain and be helped.
According to the Ugandan Bureau of Statistics, 41%, which represents 9.3 million Ugandans aged between 18 and 30, are not engaged in any productive activity. Samula Hanifah compiled this story.